Hello, my name's Lisa from the Spellbound Bead Company, and today I'm just going to show you how to make a really easy macrame surfer style bracelet. It's using Ceylon text. It's the chestnut colour, which is beautiful, and the core bit here is actually Ceylon. I did use the text initially for the core, but it's more difficult to actually thread these beads on. It takes forever. So I've actually switched to the slightly thinner one, which is 0.5. That's the Ceylon, and the Ceylon text is brilliant for doing the knots either side, and that's 0.9. So I've prepared it just so it's not kind of too long-winded to show you. It doesn't take long at all, but I've actually got, it's about 1.5 meters of Ceylon text, which is to do the outside, the knots, the square knots, and then the core, it was about 65 centimeters. I've been quite over generous with the amount that we're using, so you will end up with surplus at the end. That I do feel sometimes just feels a bit of a waste, but it's just more, I'm actually using a macrame board. The idea is that you don't have to use pins with it, but if you can kind of push the bottom underneath like this, it holds it taut for when you're doing your knots. So a little tip is just to be a bit more over generous with the amount that you're using. It does make it easier to work with. You don't have to have a macrame board. You can, if you've got obviously just something where you can pin something onto, like if you've got, I don't know, an old cork tile, or I know I've done it in the past before where I've had like a pair of jeans on, put my knee up, and I've actually pinned it sort of to the top of my knee, very gently obviously, and the bottom, and I've just worked off my leg. So I know that's how sort of years ago people, when they used to make lots of friendship bracelets, used to do it. So as I say, I've prepared this bit for you, but I've got another piece here just to show you. I've just used a really simple plain wooden bead for the actual the fastener. So you can use whatever you want, but all you do is you just put it on to both of the pieces, and then, I don't know if you'll see it, sorry, in the camera, I'm pulling down. You basically need to get everything level so it's ready to sort of go. So that's all level, and you just get your bead like that, just really simple. As I say, you can use, you can use any type of a bead. I just used a different one to the beads I was threading on for the middle, for the actual core of it. And just a really simple knot like that. There you go, and that's what I've done there. So that's one we can use later. So the one I've prepared, I've actually I've put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 beads on there. I will show you, this is the one I made the other day. So slightly different coloured beads. That's the type of bracelet I'm going to do now. And you can vary it. I did another one as well where I just put the beads in the middle with little, these are metal beads. And I love these stripy beads. And another one that I've not completed, again, that's just with the sort of stripy, I think these are called trade beads. They are some that we sell, and these little ones, but that one's not finished. So there's all sorts of things you can do. I actually really like the just sort of plain wooden ones. They're great. They go with anything. So we've got the core is pulled tight. We've got this bead on already, and I've already pre-threaded my wooden beads on. It's just easier to get them all done in one go. When you start to thread them as well, you probably find that you're having to cut the ends of the thread, because they sort of, like where the thread pulls apart almost. So if you cut it with a point on again, and you can use some clear nail varnish, dip it in that, just roll it in your fingers. That's almost acts as a little needle. I did do that actually to thread these on, and I did find it a little bit easier. So what we do is we start off, we're going to do some square knots. And you do a square knot, so you get, I'm working from the left, so you go over the top, you get your other one here from the right hand side, and you go underneath like so. Okay, and you pull it tight. So the other way, you get the one on the right hand side, so right over left, and it's on top of the core thread there, so it's on top, and you get the one and you go underneath the core thread and left to right. That's what does the little knot. Pull it tight. I think I did about 4 in between each bead, we'll see. So I'll just get these first bits done. Left over right, and okay, so that was 4 there. I keep moving my board, sorry, I'm trying to keep it in view for you. So now the fun bit, you pull up your first bead. Oh, if you forget, as I just have, which way did I do, left over right or right over left in my last one, you can just ease the knot out like that, and it's pulled it out, so I can see from that that I did right over left. So you pull that up, and then, so I'm doing left over right, so you put that underneath that bead, over the top of the thread, and underneath like that, and you pull it, and then so the actual bead is caught within the knots. Okay, and then you carry on again, so do 4 more. I won't keep talking, I'll just kind of do some so you can see what's going on. That was 4. It's really easy to count how many you actually do, and anyone can count to 4, but I seem to not be able to, so I have to keep checking where I am with it. You can count them down actually as well. There you go. Second one up. The wooden beads that we've got a new range of wooden beads, and they're lovely. They're all really sort of nice natural colours. So we've got this brown, we've got a deeper brown, which is the ones on here, more like a browny red I suppose, and we've got some orangey coloured ones, some really nice green ones, blue, oh yeah, different natural ones, and there's different, I think the sizes are 4, 6, 8mm, 10mm and 12mm, I think, off the top of my head. They're really nice though. I think they're being listed on the website in the next couple of days. Probably by the time you see this they'll already be on there, so have a look at them. grows quite quickly as well, which is really good. What I'm going to do is carry on with this, and I shall be back with you shortly, and you'll notice that it's been more or less finished by then. Right, so I've put all of my beads on and it's about the right length now. So what I'll do is I'll just show you how I finish it off. There's probably, well, not probably, there are lots of different ways of finishing these types of bracelets off. I'm just going to use a really easy way. What I did, so I continued with the pattern all the way down, and I actually did a couple of extra square stitches at the end. I don't know if you can see. And so basically got some very long threads here. It's surprising though, you don't end up with as much because it takes quite a lot to do the square stitches. It uses a fair bit of thread. You actually use more of the thread than you think. It starts off really long, and it's quite surprising come the end sort of how little you've got left, but obviously there is some excess. So you just get this, and all I'm actually going to do is put just a knot at the end here. As I say, this is just a really quick and simple way of doing it. Okay, so pull it nice and tight, so like that, and then this obviously has got to, you've got to make your sort of next knot far enough away for that to be able to slip through. And if you want it, if you don't know who it's for, or you're not sure, you know, if it's a little gift to somebody, if you do sort of more than one little loop, it just means that it can be adjustable for them, unless you actually know this, obviously their size. That's probably too big now actually, so if you do, I've done that one too big, it's just going to slip out. If you do make it too big, you can, Ceylon's really good for being able to pull it apart, but if you put your knot in hard enough, you will find that it won't come undone. So, or you can get like a little needle and pull it apart in that way. It's quite handy sometimes. That's a bit better, that's smaller. Okay, let's just check it fits. There we go. So do another knot. So that's 2 knots. So as I say, you can always put it in the furthest one away if you need to. These make really good little presents as well if you just got to put like a little gift in someone's card. Or if you're sending it through the post, because it'll probably fit as a large letter. There we go. So get your scissors, just trim off the ends. A pair of sharp scissors is always good. What you can do as well, I'm not going to do it today because you all know how to thread a few beads on. Sorry about this, my scissors, I've been all around the shop trying to find some really sharp scissors, and I don't think I've succeeded. You can put some little beads on the end of there. That's really nice actually as well. It does kind of finish it off. So I probably in a minute will cut this shorter. I will find some sharp scissors. Cutting it shorter makes it look a little bit neater. But let me move this out of the way so you can hopefully see a bit better. So hopefully it's something that you might like to have a go at. and I think you'll be very pleased with them if you make them. You can, I mean, the wooden beads, you don't just have to do them in wooden beads. You can use, obviously, as I said, any type of a bead. So just looking, you know, worth looking at what stash you've got. I think we may possibly do this one as a little bead pack. It'll be very inexpensive and you'll just literally get in there what you need. So thanks very much for watching, and have a go at making one. Thank you. Bye bye.